Alright, hello and welcome to episode, I guess what episode is this? Episode 22. Jeez, I was prepared, as you can tell, of my Let's Play of DireWolf20's 1.18 pack. Today, I'm going to continue on going with these oh geez, the fans are on, that was a mistake. With these mob farms that we're making at the moment. Last episode we got finished making this one, which is the I guess the hostile mob room. The only thing I've gone ahead is done, I've made these white wall lamps. They're from Pneumatic Craft. If we look at the recipe here, that's it. They're just made by getting some compressed iron. I found some of this stuff in like loot chests underground, but it works exactly like the same as like a redstone lamp. You just kind of place it there and power it. So if we go up to the top here, I've been using this bad boy, the personal shrinking device, to actually get up there, because otherwise it's painful as. Because actually right above us, as you can see there, grass blocks podzol. This is actually outside, but it's just got some redstone dust on the top and a block of redstone at the moment, just so that it's off and not creating more mob drops while we don't have a way to deal with them. But I probably could have done this last episode, but we're going to do it here. We're going to do it live. I'm going to break that one, and right, that's the middle of the room, and we're going to break you, just so we can put our fans in. This is going to be pretty much the exact same setup as the previous one that we did, except now we're going to grab the golden egg and use that in there, so that's going to be spawning passive mobs, any chance it gets. But if we look at the tooltip for this guy, will snow cap at night if exposed to the sky. Light level below 10 creates, stops rather, creatures mob spawns. So we'll go F3, where we are standing currently. If you look where it says facing underneath chunk and block, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line down, it shows you light level. So you can see right here on the edge is about 9, 8. So all of this interior at the moment is well below spawning level, which is beautiful for us. It works nicely where our lighting is and everything, so we just need to be conscious of that. But this is going to be inactive while we kind of place our lights up in here, which we'll deal with in a moment. I'm not going to go too crazy with this yet, but mob fan height goes into you, and then you just get, you both get width, don't you? Mob fan height upgrade, yeah. Oh, I don't think I actually went. Did I say I was going to do this last episode? I said I was going to go and get more fans, but of course we go to sleep, because why don't we? I swear, we start every single episode sleeping, I swear. But we need feathers, don't we? So let's grab some seeds. And go check on our chickens over here. And hopefully we have enough that we can just kind of do some slight murder too. Let's breed them real quick. Oh, we only have 4 of them? That's kind of not great. Okay, they're bred. I'm making sure to do jumping attacks so I don't accidentally kill the babies. 6. 10 leaves. Okay, hopefully that's enough leaves. Feathers. I meant to say feathers. To do what we wanted here. If not, we're going to have to do a quick cut. Because we need, how many did we have? It was 3 height and 2 width, and then it's just 2 width. So we need to make 4 width upgrades, I think. Yeah. 3, 6, 9. Oh, we're going to be like 2 feathers short. Oh, and we have 2 feathers in there. I think we just got super lucky. We need to do width upgrades. Do we have them there? No. Fan width. Bang. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we just got extremely lucky there. I wasn't prepared, or as prepared as I thought I was this episode. We just need to put, oops, 2 into you, show area. Beautiful, you work everywhere. And then you show area, you're only pushing in that way, so we need to put these 2 in there. Awesome, and you're pushing the entire room. We're going to make, of course you don't cast as stone. We're just going to make levers again for the moment, but we will eventually, like very quickly, how many do we need? We need 3. Going to outrun the necessity for these. So we're going to go bang lever on you, Between episodes, I also ran around the back here and hide area. Just continued this path around the side here so you can get to the fans and stuff. So that's that. And the mob masher is going to be on one of these corners. If we look closely, I think it's on this corner here. I think that's the mob masher. If we turn that on, it should be spinning. Sweet, it's spinning. And on this one, since we don't need to worry about light level, we are going to make not tinted ethereal glass, but just regular ethereal glass, which is more expensive for some reason. You only get 4 per eye of ender, whereas the tinted one is you get 8 per eye of ender, but whatever. I guess we'll just kind of stomach that. Bang, we can do that. And we'll block this bad boy off. Cool, with 1 left over, because why wouldn't we? We can turn our fans on. And we can start this kind of now. It doesn't really matter when we start this. We're going to have our chest set up as well. With our absorption hopper. Again, this chest doesn't really matter at the same time. Oh, we need to make a tank for the experience here, don't we? It's alright, we can make that later. Show area. And this is going to be kind of sucky. I need to break some blocks so I can see where we need to move this. So we need to move it to the right, which is east 2. Beautiful, and we need to move it back that way, which is north 2 blocks as well. Oops, wrong button. North this way. Cool, and now that's absorbing everything inside this area. So we can hide the area, we can block this off again. And now we just need to actually just get on top of the room. So let's just make a makeshift stairway. What we're going to do is we're going to shrink ourselves down. And here you can see why we can't go too high with this stuff. So I guess this is the level. So we're going to have to do a little bit of terraforming. But you know what? We can live with it, I'm sure. Ah, the fan's annoying us. Okay, the fan's annoying us, but we should just be able to reach everything that we need to from here. We're going to unshrink. So we've got a light there, a light there. Another one's going to be there and there. I think that's the shape of the room. I could be entirely wrong. But let's just turn these on for the time being. We'll go there and we'll connect that. Of course, I need more redstone. And things are already dying, which is a good sound. Let's go find out if we set up the lights properly. Oh, we did. Okay, all 4 of them are on. Let's be careful not to run in there. But yeah, you can see things are now spawning in there. So now passive mobs are done. But that's not all we're going to do this episode. I think we need to do automation so that we can turn both rooms on and off at the same time, or maybe individually, we'll see. And also deal with the items that are coming out of this, because right now, if we go behind here, you will see that this chest is already full of like random junk and things that we're collecting from mob drops, as well as that the XP tanks. We need to deal with that a bit better. And obviously this one's going to fill up super quick as well. So my thinking is we're probably going to use laser IO, because why not? It seems to be working well. We've got laser nodes and connectors, which we'll need. And we'll probably just use drawers as well. I've already cut out an area over there, as you can see, to fit a bunch of drawers. We did, what is it? It's a 4 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got to make up, what's that? 4 by 7, 28, 40 something, I don't know. A bunch of drawers. We've got to make a bunch of drawers. Let's just do that. And then we'll have to, I think we need to make 2 more absorption hoppers as well for these 2 rooms. And we'll store these in drawers as well, like our sugarcane and cactus. Does that sound like a good idea? I think that sounds like a good idea. So what I'm probably going to do is just continue on back here and have a path, essentially like the path that we have in behind there. We're just going to have to continue that all the way around. Just so that we can like reach all of these things just in case if anything does go wrong, because it's me and I have zero faith in building things that work first time. Okay, this is the cactus room. Cool, and now the paths are met up, and now we're behind here. Beautiful, it's exactly what we want. I'm also just going to put another doorway in here, because that'll make life easier as well. So we need to build a few things. We need to make a bunch of drawers, which thank goodness we have. We should have a bunch of logs. No. Actually, no. We do have a bunch of logs. They're just not in that chest. They're all going to be inside of that block placer, aren't they? Because that's how we had it set up. Let's grab out like 2 stacks. Need to clean up our inventory of just junk. Dark ethereal glass we don't need anymore. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore. The book can go in there. And cool. So we're going to need a storage controller and a bunch of storage drawers. We can get rid of most of these things because we don't need them anymore. Storage controller. Cool. So we need to make a bunch of these, and we need a comparator, which is some quartz. Bunk. Cool. Let's make that first, hey? Redstone torches. 1, 2, 3. Of course, I don't have stone in my inventory. Oops. Need to make sure to keep 1 in there. So comparator. We need blocks of quartz for this thing, dude. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. We got a box of quartz. And we just need to make a bunch of drawers. I think we have some extra chests here. Got 23. 27. 31. 35. Let's go with 39. That sounds like a good round number. I say completely sarcastically. Cool, let's turn all of you into that. And then we'll make one of these bad boys. Leaves us with 37 chests. Drawers. We're going to do individual ones. I don't know if this is going to be good or bad for us. I kind of want to start it from here, actually. Bang, bang. Cool. Now we have a bunch of these. Now, I read the tooltip for this storage drawer. Supposedly this can be technically wireless. It doesn't need to be in this setup, but I kind of want to test it anyway. So it says that there's a max range of 8 blocks. So I'm going to count that as number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that works beautifully. And we're going to link all of these up together. If it's linking tool. So we're going to and we can link multiple. Apparently, just by clicking and dragging, we can link up a bunch of them. So all of these now are linked to that bad boy, right? Is that right? Let's hope it is. Oops, I don't mean to put you in there. I'm just going to stage for the moment the cactus and sugarcane, since we already have it here. Bang. Linking action remove is why we want to go right click, so to single control swap action to add. That's what we wanted to do. We want to add these. That's why it wasn't working. We had it on remove. Beautiful. So now we don't need that anymore. These are all linked now to that controller. And now we just need to set up our nodes, I think that's all we really need to do here. And then we're going to have to deal with some upgrades, because we're definitely going to need voiding, and we're probably going to need to deal with like the random armor pieces that come into here. So I need to do something about that. But we can deal with all of that with laser eye, which will be nice and easy. And just doing it, but with priorities. So we're going to go up. I'm going to need, what is it? We have 2 chests, and then we'll probably have an extra 2 chests for the cactus and for the sugarcane. We'll just use the barrels. So I need 2 absorption hoppers. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes. Wow, we have exactly as many as we need. Cool. So we need absorption hoppers. Oh man, these are so expensive. I have ender. I have no ender pearls left. So I guess we're not doing that yet, but that's fine. We can do that later, since that's the beauty of setting up these mod mashers. And that one is going. I need to set up the toggling of this though soon. So what do we need? I think if that's the case, the only thing we need from up here is going to be the, what are they called? Item cards. We need a bunch of these bad boys. So we need logic chips, some lapis. We've got redstone in our inventory. Let's just grab a stack. We'll grab out my card holder, and we'll just make a bunch of these, because we always seem to be using this mod. And we're probably going to need to make a trip to the nether at some point, since we are running a little bit low on quartz. But, gold nuggets. Why nuggets? It's like an annoying thing to have to need. Let's grab like a bunch of this stuff. Cool. Realistically, we only need 5 of them at the moment, but let's just make 2 whole thingies. That sound like a good time? 13 of them for now. I think that's fine. And then all of you should be dealt with nicely if we set all of our stuff up properly. Beautiful, we did. Cactus can go in there. Cool. So now we're just going to do some laser setups. Probably going to need more connectors, to be completely honest with you, but that's fine. We can deal with that when the time comes. So we need a node connected to this chest. Is that what we want to do? I'm thinking if maybe there's a better way of doing this. Maybe I don't need a node going to that. Can the absorption hopper, let's do a quick test. What direction are we facing? We're facing south. Oh, you can only do one thing. It does connect to it though. It does connect to it. Not that it really matters actually, now that I think of it. So this facing north, south rather. So on this one, if you go to the north side, you can put an item card in there, set to extract, and it connects to it as an inventory, doesn't it? So if I disable these, and then I give it an inventory to go to north. We're doing this testing like live at the moment. Set to insert. Cool. And then we link these 2 together. Is it pulling items out of the hopper into there? It totally is. Okay, that works kind of extremely nicely. Let's get rid of all this mess on our screens. So we should actually just be able to get rid of all of this stuff. We can't use a laser on that. What we can do is, we're just going to have a mess of stuff on the ground at the moment, but we can have a laser node there. I need to grab my other 2 out, and my linking, my item card as well. I'm getting dyes and stuff, that's super weird. Lingering potion of harming. I'm getting a lot of things from the, it must be witches or something that's dropping this stuff, like potions and like these bows. We're gonna have to have a way to deal with all of that stuff, but that's fine. On the top side, we're gonna have an item card set to extract. We're gonna have you set to the fastest that we can, which is 8 every 20 ticks. And you're probably gonna be way too far from the other node, which is over here, aren't you? Which will be over here. So we'll break you. And we're going to have more items on the ground. And then we're going to disable you. And then on the top, we're going to have another item card set to extract. Are you too far away to link to each other? Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a laser roughly in the middle. Let's just put the laser here. So let's link you to that, and then we're going to link the laser to you. Cool. So now whoops, why do I have an extract card in my hand? I think I just had it from the testing, that's fine. Let's do that. And now we need to connect everything up to, we're going to need more connectors for sure, up to this bad boy. So we're going to have you on the top, with an insert, rather on the downside, oops. On the downside, we're going to have an insert card. Cool. And I think you're an 8 block radius, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're just too far, which means 1 in. Bang. So it's actually 1, we can't move now. That's fine, we can fix this. So it's 1, 2. I wonder if it's only straight lines. Just clear this area behind here, just so that the lasers have more of a straight path. So it's 1, let's say 1, 2 rather, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the other laser goes here. And the light's in the way actually. And break that. Place you down. Ooh. Cool, you two connect. And now can I connect you to that? Oh, you're too far. I need 1 more of these. Or can I just do this? Just to cheat it for the moment. I totally can. Alright. Now all of our items should be transferring into that, which we can see by particles. And then with those particles, we can check in here. Cool, we are getting things staged in here. So we're going to have to be careful about like bows. These just need to be binned as we deal with them. But right now we don't have things laying on the ground, which is the important thing. And for some reason we're out of power. Oh, that's right, because of the laser. Let's put you away. Oh, where's my flux capacitor actually? I need to go grab my flux capacitor back. I don't think you belong in there. Same with the potions. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on it with things like this, but things are going to be staged in there slowly. So we're going to need to go up, but there's still a few things we need to make. That is probably just going to go there. We need a trash can. And we're going to need a way of storing fluids. So do we have a tank like that we can use to store like a bunch of stuff? We have obviously the mechanism stuff. We can store 64 buckets. How many does the singularity tank store that we have here? 32. We could theoretically just have one of those set up. So the singularity tank holds what did we say it did? I've already forgotten. It does 32 millibuckets, but as we can see, that one's already halfway full, and that was only using one, only using one grinder for like maybe 10 minutes while I worked on putting lights in there. So that's not going to last very long. But since we've started playing with Industrial Foregoing, we have black hole tanks. We could theoretically use these. The common one doesn't really require anything. It's just a bunch of iron, but that does 16. But if you look at these, the pity one does 64. Just requires Eyes of Ender, which we can get in a little bit. It won't be that hard. We just got to have the what's the word? Goodness. The grinder working for a little bit. But like I said, that's only 64. But the jump after this one to the simple black hole tank, that's what's that? 1,000,024 millibuckets, so 1,024 buckets. That's pretty nice of a jump for essentially a simple machine frame, which we can make. We have the things to make this. We just need latex. We've got to make a dissolution chamber, which I don't think we have yet. But for the moment, just so that we have a proof of concept, what I'm going to need is to make a couple other things, because we can use laser IO for all of this stuff now. Like, mind you, laser IO now, if we look at the book, which I think we have somewhere, bang, laser IO 101, it is semi-fully released. So we have item cards. We now have access to fluid and energy cards, so we can do the same thing that we can with items with fluid and energy. We can use laser IO for pretty much everything we want to do here. So all we need to do is make some fluid cards. Which is just what, a bucket. We need 2 of these, well, 3 of these actually. So what, 3 buckets, some redstone, some quartz, and some gold nuggets. I think that's pretty reasonable to make. Let's get rid of some of this stuff so we have space. We need to grab the quartz out again. We need the redstone. We've got iron in our inventory. So we need 3 buckets. Bang. And then we need to make, we need the logic chips, which are in here. I think they're in here. There they are. Bang. 3 of these bad boys. And we can fit these into our card holder yet again. Bang, bang, bang. So just as a proof of concept for the moment, because this episode is running a little bit long, we're going to put a fluid card in the top side of this. Bang, set to extract. Oops, no. Set to extract. Cool, and you can see there's the blue line, which is pulling out fluids. We can do the same thing on this one. Fluid card, set to extract. How much can we do? What's the most? A bucket every 20 ticks? A bucket a second. I think that'll be fine. We definitely need to put some overclockers in this bad boy though for items, because once we have fortune, because if you guys didn't know, in the mob grinding utils, we have access to looting upgrades, and we can have a max of 10 in each grinder, so we can have a silly amount of mob spawning, like an actual silly amount of items coming out of these, as well as beheading and stuff. So we can do all of that stuff, but that might be a thing to do in the future, because right now it seems to be keeping up, but we're filling up with XP a little bit quickly. So what we're going to do for the time being, like I said, as a proof of concept, let's just shrink and get over this. And we're going to put it, I already have a spot there in the back, may as well just put it there. Let's grab this singularity tank that can sit on the back there. And then on the north side, we want a fluid card set to insert. Bang. And now we have XP going into there. What I will eventually do is I'll probably just put a hole here, and we'll put the, what was it? Black hole tank, I think it's called. Simple black hole unit, not the units. I think it's actually called a tank. Yeah, the black hole tank. And store, like if we look at the top version of this, what's that? 2 billion millibuckets. Which is like, we've got to get into industrial foregoing, but we're going to do that anyway, since we have it kind of set up already. I think that's realistically the only way, unless simple store, what's it called? Functional storage. Unless you have a way of storing fluids, which I don't think you do. If we look at, nah, I don't think you can store fluids, which is fine. We just got to use something else. But I think that's going to be our best course of action, because Sky Tank only does 16 buckets of fluid tank. from create. How many do you store? Do you tell me? Okay, come on, hurry up. It doesn't tell me how many they store. You're useless. Create a fluid tank. Nope. A tank from deep resonance. Hold up 16 buckets of liquid. Anti-tank would be a cool one. I don't know how that works though. Dynamic tank from using dynamic tank multi-block structural capable of storing great amounts of fluid and chemicals. That might be another one to try. It's a lot of steel though. And it's also part of a multi-block, so I got to look into that. But I think we'll do that. I will probably just get into this bad boy. We'll get one of these from Industrial 4 going down. It'll just live right there next to it and we'll store XP in there, but like we're already getting a silly amount of items. I'm gonna have to be real careful because like we're getting wool and stuff as well. We might need to change some of these into like the 4s, into like which we have if we look at functional storage. Let's see there, the 2x2s, the 4s, we used them upstairs. Might have to change some of those into that, just so that we can store like the different colors of wool, because we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types. And I think there is still the potential for a 6th, which will be pink wool. I think it's pretty rare, but that is a thing. And we're getting like, where did the wheat come from? Yeah, and also like the raw earth shards, I think we're gonna like there's potential for getting the water ones and everything. Like so, like we've already run out of space here for storage, realistically. So we're gonna need to change some of these and then deal with upgrades, as well as adding a void upgrade, which will get rid of excess. So once it hits the limit of 2,000 items, I think it's 2024, or yeah, 2024 items. I think that'll be the max that these can accept. If we look at, we can right click on it. I know that there's a way we can do this. There we go. That doesn't say. We can put upgrades in there, void items. Once it hits that limit of 2024, it'll get rid of them. As well as then just making it so that we can store more. And then we'll probably chuck some, oh, diamond is super expensive. We'll chuck some of these upgrades in there. But before we get to that, because otherwise all of this system is going to back up. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to do this real quick because I'm lazy. And apparently that was easier than going around. These are going to start backing up in a second, once there's no more space in there. So we're going to do one more thing before wrapping up this episode, and that's going to be adding a... do they call them a trash can? Yeah, they're called trash cans. I think we're going to do... Are you expensive? You're really not that expensive. We can do one of these. Just a bucket. What's an energy? We're going to make an ultimate trash can to deal with excess, because like our XP is nearly full already. And once that gets backed up, it's going to be an issue, because then everything's going to start backing up. So we're going to make these trash cans. We want to make an ultimate one, which means we need some cobblestone in my inventory. That should be all I really need. Let's get rid of that. We need cobblestone. I'm also going to need extra space because I'm silly. So let's get rid of that and that and that. And you. So we need one of those bad boys, one of these bad boys, one of these bad boys, and you. It's an ultimate trash can. It's like what it says. So we have an item trash can that voids items. You can read that. Fluid trash can, which will void liquids, and then energy trash can will void energy. But I don't want to have two different things hooked up to it, so I've just made the ultimate trash can, which will void everything. What we're going to do is set you up to here. We're going to need an extra item card, fluid card rather. So on the west side, we're going to put that on an insert, and then priority, we're going to go as low as we possibly can, whatever the lowest priority is. Okay, so it's going to try insert it into anywhere else first before ever going into this bad boy. That'll just avoid it, like trying to avoid items we actually want to keep. But That'll work. We need one more fluid card, so I need to make another bucket. I'll just spend one of the ones we have. And then put the fluid card in there, and we'll just do the same thing, put it as a low priority, and then we can start voiding fluids, and we don't need to worry about everything backing up, which will be kind of nice. Let's just do this by memory, because I am lazy and I cannot be bothered typing in at the moment. Whoops, that's wrong. Bang, bang, bang. Logic chip and a bucket. We really need to have like a portable way of crafting. That would be ideal. Bang, you're an insert card, priority. I'm going to go Control and Shift and right click. That does 1,000 jumps all the way to the lowest priority. Cool. And all that's going to do now is going to try to insert into these inventories first. Once these inventories are full, it's going to go to the next lowest priority thing, which is this one here. Done. And that's set up. We now have storage set up for our mob grinding things. Whoops, I did not mean to jump up that. That kind of scared me. Which is awesome. So what we can do now, since we're not worried about that, is I'm just going to break this block of redstone. Going to turn on that fan, turn on this fan. And we need to turn on the actual grinder itself. So now we have not one, but two fully functional mob farms. How nice is that? Alright, anyone who is still watching, thanks for watching. Next episode, I think we're going to deal with the final bit of automation, which will be turning these on and off with one button, or a lever each. We'll just probably have it, we'll probably put it on this wall over here to make it look nice, so that we can turn each of them on and off if we need, separately. And I think we'll use RF tools for that. But that's for next episode. Like I said, anyone who's still here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.